Good day, friends. I hope you're doing really well. This is Tracy Brown, and my team and I of non-diet dietitians provide trauma-informed care to help you feel safer in your own skin. So I don't know what to even call these thoughts. I just really had these meandering thoughts, I think, yesterday, and I've had the same thought form, I don't know, probably dozens of times over the last 20 years, but especially since I've been doing this since 2006. I missed the goal. There's a little bit of satire in this, but there was a time when I was doing this work where it felt very clear people's motivations, right? People used to come to us and it was very clear that they were calorie restricting, they knew they were calorie restricting because they felt insecure about themselves and and didn't feel safe or lovable, or that they had value or worth inherently how they are, and they just tried to lose weight to earn that from their family, the world, whatever. You could talk with people and they recognize it when they would say like, well, I want to be thin for myself. It's like, well, where did you learn that thinness was even something to pursue as a goal? And people could always look back to their upbringings. They could look back to the experiences at school or at the doctor's office or whatever, right? But I would say something shifted. And I was saying to somebody yesterday, I kind of miss the bad old days, basically, when people showed me, I got to see their food intake, and it was very clear that they were, they were counting calories. They were trying to micromanage themselves to manipulate their bodies. And I would say that changed probably in the early to late 2005, 2010, well, more like 2010, where this subtle but very insidious thing shifted, where people stopped using the word, I diet, I count calories. They said, I eat healthy. And when I looked at their intake, it was clearly just as restrictive as the people who used to just straight up tell me, like, straight up, to my face, like, yeah, I'm counting calories, I'm food restricting, I'm trying to be smaller. Most people say, I didn't really, I wasn't trying to diet. I was just trying to be healthy. But in reality, it was still the same motivation of feeling like if I do this with my food, I'll somehow, at least if I feel bad inside about myself, or my emotions feel too much, or I don't feel enough, that at least my outsides can show based on what's on my plate. And if my body changes, cool, whatever, that could be more lovable, be more acceptable, be more worthy. So I think it's really important when we start to look at if there's any kind of dysfunction with our eating, if we are spending too much mental, physical, emotional energy on what we're eating and what we look like, if we're worried about it, if we put off doing things like seeking opportunities or taking that vacation or whatever it is, if we're waiting until we get a certain look or you achieve a certain health status and then I'll stop dieting so that the other parts of my chaotic eating and thinking can go away, we're still doing the same thing as, the bad old days, which is, doing all low carb, doing all low fat, taking amphetamines. I mean, we can go on and on and on backwards in the decades of the things that people used to do to manipulate their size to belong. That's the bottom line. So I want you all to think about today. I'm going to put a little infographic below because I shared it in a group. And this infographic always gets like, what? What are you talking about? It's absolutely true. If we don't get our energy needs met, we are going to have physical, mental, and emotional disruptions in and our ability for our bodies to operate at 100%. That's just how it's going to be. So if we're under eating, of course we're going to be malnourished. What you look like, it doesn't matter. You can be the biggest person in the room, but be severely malnourished because you're just not eating enough calories, and calories contain the nutrition for life. All right, so, if you're kind of thinking like, well, I didn't know I was like, it was that bad. But if we don't have accurate interoceptive awareness, if we're cutting out food groups, if we're trying to tell ourselves the way we're eating is healthy, but we don't mentally feel that well, then something's missing, right? Something's too much, not enough, something's going on here. So I encourage you all today, is your healthy eating all that healthy? physically, mentally, and emotionally. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's video about some of the fundamental body image things that I just continuously remind people as well. So if you didn't see yesterday's video, please go watch it. It's pretty foundational. I think you'll enjoy it. So if you need any more help, just reach out to me personally. It's tracybrownrd.com/get-started. And just have a chat about where you're feeling stuck. If you've put a lot of effort into either thinking about being fully, like having an embodied recovery, be feeling fully done with all this. If you're feeling like that's kind of eluding you, let's figure out what's missing, like what's too much or not enough. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.